And Ruth's here now with all the sport.
Thanks, Sarah. Good evening. I wish I could fight him today. Those were the words of Carl Frampton following today's weigh-in at a packed Ulster Hall. The atmosphere was electric and emotions were high as Frampton and Kiko Martinez came face to face for the last time before their world title fight tomorrow at Titanic Belfast. Tactically running late, Kiko Martinez kept the crowd waiting in the Ulster Hall this afternoon, and he kept Carl Frampton waiting for their face-off. But when he did eventually step up to look the jackal in the eye, this happened.
He looked frightened there, but still, I'm not going to take this guy for granted. That could make him more dangerous, him being frightened. He could fight harder, but I'm up for it. I've never been up for a fight so much in my life.
Yeah, what emotions did you get looking at him there?
He looked frightened to me, but I just want the fight to happen now. I can fight him right now.
And before he left the Ulster Hall, Frampton had a message for the fans.
I just made a promise that I'm gonna keep this title in Belfast, and I'm a man of my word, so I intend to keep it.
We know Carl's up for this fight. How much are you up for this fight?
Oh, massively so. I'm very excited about it. Incredible turnout here today. Belfast fans never disappoint, and it's something Carl and myself have been working for the last 5 years on the build-up to this. So, focused as ever.
Barry McGuigan has been there and got the T-shirt. This was him back in 1985 when he won the world title. He says Frampton needs to remain calm.
We know there's ill will between them. We know that's gonna make for a tremendous fight. From Carl's perspective, he was a bit pent up today, and I want him to be calm and composed and box with intelligence, because that's the way he wins his fight. Boxing with intelligence, not get drawn into a fight early on, using his feet, using his spatial awareness, using his distance, and then having a fight when he feels it's right.
In the other camp, another one of boxing's greats is backing Martinez.
He says the difference this time is that Kiko will win and will knock out Carl Frampton, and after his loss against Frampton last time, he has learned a lot, and he also just knocked out 3 world champions, which is a big thing for any boxer in his career.
The stage is set, the belt is here. Frampton has promised it won't be going anywhere. Belfast is getting ready to celebrate another world champion. What a night it will be tomorrow. We wish Carl Frampton all the very best.
Stephen's here with all the sport. It feels as if it's the busiest weekend of the year, is it?
It certainly is so far. International football, Ulster rugby and Rory McIlroy, all to tell you about in a moment. But first it is to these two.
The showdown.
Yes, Kiko Martinez and Carl Frampton fighting tomorrow night for a world title at the Titanic Quarter. The weigh-in was today, and take a little look at this because it was fantastic. It was a pretty major event in itself because hundreds of fans turned up to support Frampton in the Ulster Hall, a venue renowned for boxing. Both men made the weight comfortably ahead of their World Super Bantamweight Challenge. Before going head-to-head, there was a little bit of argy-bargy, but the Belfast fighter already thinks he's got the upper hand.
It's okay. He was trying to act calm. I've got him already.
Tell us about the atmosphere here. Probably the guts of 1,000 people turning up to see you.
At least, it's most fighters don't even get this to their fights, so to have this at a weigh-in's unbelievable. Very humbled, and everyone that came here today, they're going to be in for a treat tomorrow night.
There is going to be some atmosphere. 16,000 people will be watching Frampton try and become world champion at the Titanic Quarter, and Thomas Kane is there live for us this evening. Thomas, it looks great.
It certainly does, Stephen. Under the shadow of Samson and Goliath, all 16,000 of those fans will have their eyes transfixed on this area, the ring where Carl Frampton is bidding to become a world champion. A few last-minute finishing touches being put to this purpose-built boxing arena. Barry McGuigan, your dream of a world title showdown in Belfast is almost a reality.
Yeah, well, he's got to win it, of course, and he's in for a hell of a fight, and the fans are going to be in this magnificent building, or arena, are going to have a wonderful time. Look at what we've got here. Harland and Wolf cranes in the background, Samson and Goliath. We've got in the background the Game of Thrones studios. Right behind me, over my right shoulder, we've got this, 50, 60 million pound museum and in the distance we have Cave Hill and Belfast Castle. It couldn't be more iconic, it couldn't be more Belfast, and we're here and we're 24 hours away and the tension's building and it's going to be extraordinary.
In terms of this fight, what are the specific challenges Carl will face with it being outdoors?
Outdoors doesn't make a difference. It's a wee bit cloudy and overcast. We're assured from the weather forecast that it's actually going to be dry tomorrow, sunny tomorrow and dry tomorrow evening without any breeze. Being down at the docks here, we have a little bit of breeze, and I would recommend that people would wear warm clothing because it will be starting to get a little bit nippy by the time Carl enters the ring at 10:30. But we're assured it's going to be dry. That's all we want. And there's not going to be too much wind. But from a stylistic point of view, from a fighting perspective, he needs to keep his calm. He needs to keep his composure. Expect the best Kiko Martinez to turn out because we know he will be in tremendous condition. He'll be fired up. He will come running at him from that first spell. He can't fight any other way, Thomas. And we know that it's going to be intense from the word go.
Thank you very much, Barry. If you haven't been lucky enough to get a ticket, you can, of course, listen to the fight live on BBC Radio Ulster and also on the BBC Sport and Now website.
Thomas, thank you very much indeed. And former Ulster rugby player Stephen Ferris will walk Carl Frampton to the ring tomorrow night.